Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I'm trying to get this mic fixed here. The music might be a little too loud right now. How do we feel about that? Is that pretty good? Wouldn't know, right? No clue how to monitor that stuff. All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another legendary tabletop live stream. So I'm pretty excited today. We got some more Final Girl, and I've actually really been digging this series. I know it's November, but we're gonna finish this out. We're on series 2 right now, and today we have the Organism at Station 2891. And I really think this one's based on The Thing, which is one of my favorite movies. We love The Thing. So yeah, you can do exclamation point dead to see all the Final Girls that didn't make it. And you can do exclamation point survivors to see all the Final Girls that made it through. They're still alive, still available to play with. There are 2 Final Girls for this one, right? Yeah, we got Kate and Uki. Yuki? I don't know how to say it. I'm sure that's going to be an issue. Is it Uki? Is it Yuki? Let's check it out. We have Kate and Uki. Kate's got 4 health. Uki's got 6 health. Uki? Yuki? I don't know how to say it. I'm kind of hype here. Who else is excited for some more Final Girl action with the tier dice, which I did forget. I gotta grab the tier dice. Yeah, let's look at the board for a little bit, you know? This is the Organism, Station 2891. So we're back. Getting into it. Definitely going to be some special rules for this one, so bear with me here while I get familiarized with this feature film. We'll start with the location. It looks shorter. All right, this is Station 2891. Okay, there's a helicopter card, 18 item cards, 15 tokens, one big token, and an action card, special action card for this one. We have Fly Faster. Okay, so something to do with a helicopter, as there are pictures of helicopters on there. And again, I have played this, but it has been forever. So we are going to read through these rules real quick and get this going. So set up the game as normal with the following differences. Place the helicopter card near the board. All right, we've done that. We have, can you guys see it? It's here. Whoops. Okay, there is the helicopter card. All right, place the helicopter card near the board. Place the helicopter token on the exit space on the board. Is there only one exit space? That's crazy. I was complaining last time about there only being 2 exit spaces. Yeah. If anyone does pop in the stream and happens to... Can you just tell me if the music is too loud or if my mic is too loud? That would be so handy. Or can you hear me at all? All right, place the helicopter token on the exit space on the board. So we have a helicopter token somewhere in here. We must find. Now, these 3 tokens, I don't know what they're for, but one of these has to be, there it is. I'll just separate these now, save time for later. So it looks like we have some temperature tokens. Stack those. We've got what looks like an airlift or a bus or like a snowmobile type situation, like a tank. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, that won't stack. I don't know what's going on over here. Helicopter on the exit space. Oh, there's even a helipad on the board. Here, check this out. Location. Place the helicopter on the helipad. Well, duh. All right, so that goes there. Then we have place the ski dozer token in any outdoor space that is adjacent to a wrench space. So the wrench space means orange, space means searchable space. So these orange ones, commander's hut, tool shed, or supply closet. So if it has to be outdoors, then it has to be again adjacent to tool shed or adjacent to commander's hut, right? So we're gonna choose one of those in a second. Now, the dozer, this is our dozer. I don't think the camera can focus like that. That's... Oh, we got it, boys. This is our dozer, our ski dozer. All right, so it has to go on an adjacent space, an outdoor space adjacent to. We might be a little loud. I apologize. Again, still working out all the kinks here. Oh my god, and I keep bumping the mic, dude. I mean, everything's tight. Like, I don't understand why, what the deal is, but. So we have to put the ski dozer adjacent to a searchable space outside. So it's either going to be here or here. Those are the only 2 options. Maybe we don't do that until we figure out where we're starting. Is that legal? I don't know. Maybe we could just put it here. Let's put it here for now. Okay. Then we have Before setting up the item decks, find a two-way rodeo. Why can't I read? All right. Find a two-way radio. You start with this item. That's pretty cool. So we start with a two-way radio. We'll get that out of the item deck. While we're getting that out of the item deck, we could look at some of these weapons that are in the item deck. We love to see oh, there's a dog. His name's Char, the Alaskan Malamute. Char, the Alaskan Malamute. Malamute? Am I saying it? When an enemy enters your space, deal damage to it. The next time you take damage, ignore it and discard this card instead. Yo, Char could be lit. All right, first aid kit, flare gun, crucifix. We've seen all this stuff before. Ski dozer, keys. These are probably important. Old revolver seems good. Any kind of weapon is good in this game, as we've been noticing. Okay, what else do we have? We have an axe. I did not see. Oh, there it is. Two-way radio. We start with this item. It actually goes in one of our hand slots too, which that's kind of booty. It looks like we get 4 uses out of this two-way radio that we start with. Let's read it real quick. Damn it, just do it. Okay. Use to move a victim one space at the cost of time. May not be used on the same victim more than once in a single turn. Okay, so we can move victims around. That's already seeming good. We have some roller skates. We might be able to zip down the hallway. I used to have a pair of Heelys. Middle school, that's what I'm talking about. Flamethrower seems huge. List of things. Not really sure how that's going to help us. Another flamethrower, some lucky dice. Here's another two-way radio. So yeah, we're going to want to shuffle this up a little bit. And we want these items like the axe. I mean, look at that thing. Look at the axe, dude. It's 2 extra damage. Big time axe. Swinging the two-hander. Cutting down organisms. That's what I'm saying. All right, we'll shuffle this up. It says before you shuffle it. Find a two-way radio. You start with this item. All right, so we'll just grab some of these here tokens. Now, how does this work? Like, I always get a little confused with the uses. So if we're going to use it 4 times, right? So we use it 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then it's done. Okay, that makes sense. That always confused me in Gloomhaven too. I don't know why. I would always put 4 tokens there and then take them away as I use them. Anybody else? Probably not. Okay. We're going to shuffle the item deck up here. 3 piles of 4, big time. Hold up. Now, there was a separate item deck. I'm not sure why. I think, okay, this is test kit. So these are different. This is going to be part of the... Yeah, this comes with the organism. The 4 test kit item cards come with the organism, so we're not going to touch that yet. There's also the test results. So we're not going to touch that yet either. We just shuffled our item deck, so we're going to place 3 piles of 4 with the top card being face up. So we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh. All right, starting out, these are going to be our items for the game when we do start. We have a flamethrower. Okay, flamethrower looks really good. It's got 2 uses, 2-handed weapon, has a damage with a star, meaning we could do unlimited damage with it, hopefully. Let's check it out. So this must be kept in your hands, and you may not have any items in your backpack. Okay? May be used once per action phase to deal damage equal to half the killer's current health rounded down, or to kill all minions in your space. Ooh. We love the flamethrower. What are the minions about though? I really hope there's not minions in this one. Oh, I'm having flashbacks of Geppetto. Anyway, this will be. Get some of these guys out of the way. We have supply closet. So our flamethrower is in the supply closet here on the location board. Okay, then we have some lucky dice visible at the tool shed. And we have a first aid kit in the commander's hut. Now, is Commander's Hut is outside. You know what we want, dude? We want that flamethrower. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's big time damage. All right, let's see what else. We got some definitions here. All right, outdoor spaces. The 5 spaces that are outside, including the helicopter exit space. Sorry. The 5 spaces that are outside, including the helicopter exit space. Oh, these are just the outdoor spaces. Okay, God. Whew. Main building. I'm losing it. Main building. Indoor spaces other than the commander's hut and the tool shed. Okay, so those are outside too? So if you're in the tool shed or the commander's hut, you're still considered inside. I'm sure that's for like some kind of tarot card thing or something. Last but not least, we got the hallway spaces. All right, the long spaces in the main building. Use the associated victim holding boards from the core box for these spaces. All right, we could bust those out. We never really get to use them, right? They even have them marked on the board, so why not? Where are we going to put them, though? They're going to have to go over here next to the events. Let's bring these down here. And just hopefully we don't get like 4 starting events or events and such. Yeah, they don't really give you a spot for all this, but we're going to do something like this. Okay, so we have that space there. I think it would help if they were in some sort of order. Can we turn them to the side like this? Yeah, let's turn them to the side like that. Okay. And then we have this blue space. I don't really know if that makes sense or if that helps. Hopefully we don't even need it. But yeah, I'm hype. This final girl has been really fun. I was gonna stop playing Final Girl since Halloween in October is over, but like I just can't. It's so good. Am I right? I'm definitely right. All right. How to save victims. All right, so apparently you can't just walk them onto the exit space like normal. It says the helicopter will have to travel to the Arctic airport in order to save victims. Okay. So that would be what this helicopter card is here that is supplied with the Organism or maybe Station 220, whatever. This is our helicopter card. Should it be over here? I kind of feel like it should be here now. There's too much going on. We're still getting set up. That's okay. Then we can put our tier board where we normally put our tier board. like this. We have not really used the tier deck. I'm not going to lie. We could just switch back to the normal dice. We're definitely going to play with side B, though. Last game, we realized how much better side B is than side A. All right, ready? When the helicopter token is on the exit space, you may freely move it and up to 3 victims that are with it onto the Arctic Station 2891 space of the helicopter card. Once the helicopter has victims on board, it cannot return to Station 2891 until it has first dropped off the victims at the Arctic airport. So, right there, am I reading that we can bring 3 victims with us in this scenario, or no? When the helicopter token is on the exit space, you may freely move it. What is happening, dude? You may freely move it and up to 3 victims that are with it. Oh. Yo, I'm special. Look at this. Ready? All right, so I don't know why I was having such a hard time reading that, but what it's saying is that when the helicopter is on the helicopter pad, like it is right now, we can bring 3 victims there and then put the helicopter here on this Arctic Station 2891 space. Then I'm assuming that the helicopter moves 1 space each upkeep phase, probably, and we can use the Fly Faster card to speed it up. It's coming back to me. Okay. Victims on the helicopter card cannot be targeted or killed. That's great news. Great news. And I see that there is 3 meeple spots for that. Now that makes way more sense. Sorry, I was struggling so hard with that. The helicopter icon means the helicopter may move 1 space on the helicopter card. The new Fly Faster action card is the main way to move the helicopter, but some terror cards will allow you to move it as well. So we might just get some free movement, but seems like Fly Faster is the best way. So Fly Faster would be like our way to control it. And then some terror cards might move it on its own. To save victims, the helicopter must meet. Why can't I read, dude? All right. To save victims, the helicopter must reach the Arctic airport. If the helicopter reaches the airport outside of the action phase, apply the effects from saving the victims at the beginning of your next action phase. All right, after the victims have been saved, you may begin moving the helicopter back to the Arctic Station 2891. Landing freely. So, we love to see it. Frostbite. That's the only thing left on this Station 2891 to read. And then we'll get into the rest of the setup. It looks like I'm lagging a bit here. I don't know what's going on. Frostbite. The frostbite icon means you, each victim, and each enemy in an outdoor space gain a frostbite token, or lose 1 health if they already have frostbite during each upkeep phase. So now there's something to do during upkeep. Is there something to do during upkeep? That's kind of crazy. Discard all frostbite tokens for anyone indoors. Okay, so if you get a frostbite token, you want to go inside and then it'll drop off. Otherwise, you're just going to have frostbite, take damage, get cooked. All right, so this is for the organism. We have some special setup for our killer here. As you can see, the killer board is not in its normal fashion. There are no symbols here along the bloodlust track, buddy. Look at this. We just have pictures. Oh, we start on 5 horror. We just have pictures of these organisms. And we have a simple bloodlust track that shows nothing. We love it. We don't know what that means yet, but we're going to read the card now so we find out. Special setup. Set up the game as norm with the following changes when playing with the organism. When placing victims, randomly place the red from the Final Girl core box, black and gray killer meeples one at a time, in place of 3 of the yellow victim meeples. Okay, that's interesting. Hold on a second here. When placing victims, randomly place the red. So the one from the core box, this one, gray and black are all going to be where with a random victim, right? So we'll put these 3 in place of a victim, and then it says these are considered exposed victims. Nothing is placed on the killer space during setup as the killer, or killers in plural, is/are hidden amongst the victims. Exception, if playing at a location other than the Arctic station, put the lab token on where the killer space is on the setup card. This is the location of the lab. I see. So the lab's important here. Shuffle the 3 test results cards. Finally something to do, right? Shuffle the 3 test results cards. So we're going to shuffle these. How do you shuffle 3 cards? You just kind of mix them up. We'll just do this. Do a little mixing. That's our final result right there. No peeking. And form a face-down test results deck. All right. That can just go here. So we have test results there. Now, can we see that when we look at the location board? Yes, that's fine. Then we have shuffle and place the exposed victim cards face down in 3 spaces on the killer board. What are the exposed victim cards? Aha. There it is. Danger zone. Okay, so these are the 3 exposed victim cards that we get with the Organism featured film. This is Panic at Station 2891. This is definitely based on the movie The Thing, which is one of my favorite movies ever. It says shuffle and place the exposed victim cards face down in the 3 spaces on the board. Okay, I see. So we're going to shuffle these 3. Mix these 3 up, yeah? And they go in a location like here. We put one here. Just like the movie, folks. Look at this. Yo, this is awesome. We have our exposed victims. I would assume we just put these off to the side, right? We don't know which one's going to come out when. So we'll do that. That's fine. Yo, I'm excited. All right, special rules. So it says here to win, you must test the exposed victims to find out which ones have been assimilated and destroy all mutated organisms. Sounds cool as shit. There will always be at least one, but there could be as many as 3 mutated organisms. All right, that's why they give us the extra killer meeples. I'm good with that. Sorry. Here we go. Yeah, so there will always be at least one, but there could be as many as 3 mutated organisms. So we have to kill all the mutated organisms. And we have to test exposed victims to find out which ones have been assimilated. Sounds like Star Trek, buddy. Exposed victims. Exposed victims are considered victims with the following exceptions. All right, they may never be targeted or killed by a mutated organism. They may not be saved. They may not be replaced with special victim meeples like from an event. They always panic during the panic phase. Hey, kind of cool. We actually have some more stuff to do during panic phase. Something to do during upkeep, which is cool. If killed by a game effect, like a location terror card, event, or other effect, immediately draw a test results card and apply the effects. See below. There's nothing below that. But there is a whole nother page of special rules. Just bear with me here. I'm struggling to get through it. Acquiring test kits. All right, when taking an item as the result of a search action card, you may also take a test kit item if one is available at that space. So how would we know? Performing a test on an exposed victim. You can use a test kit or the lab space to test an exposed victim when you are in their space. This is a free action and does not cost time. We love to hear that. Either discard the test kit or simply bring them to the lab and then draw a test results card. The card will tell you if the exposed victim is safe or assimilated. If the exposed victim is safe, remove the test results card from the game. Then replace the meeple with a normal yellow victim meeple. If this test was initiated due to an exposed victim being killed, remove it from the board and increase bloodlust since it was a normal victim and they are truly dead. I'm going to have to read that one another time. Didn't quite grip. So it says, if the exposed... Wait, where was I? Oh, if this test was initiated due to an exposed victim being killed, remove it from the board and increase bloodlust. Yo, this is my jam. We need to get a better playlist. It's not October anymore. Okay. If the victim is assimilated, reveal the rightmost card on the killer board and replace it with the matching mutated organism card. This is now a mutated organism. Place the token matching the meeple above the card. Set up the health and final health tokens as you normally would, then immediately apply all of the bloodlust effects on the card from the lowest level of bloodlust through the current level of bloodlust. Ooh! God damn. Yo, that seems rough. Yeah, so we have bloodlust going up blindly, right? And then we will test a victim, and if it turns out to be a assimilated victim, we'll have to apply all the effects on the back of that card. All right, important. Shuffle the assimilated test results card back into the test results deck. It is possible the remaining exposed victims have also been assimilated. Yo, I'm a little confused here on this one. So if we do a test, we flip this card, says it's assimilated, right? We will flip the rightmost, it says, and it'll have a picture like that on it, and we'll put that there, right? And then we put we shuffle it back into the deck. That's how you get 3. That's how you get 3. Okay. Yeah, it says important. Shuffle the assimilated test results card back into the test results deck. It is possible the remaining exposed victim have also been assimilated. All right, mutated organisms are considered killers, not minions. We love it. They take their killer action and any terror card killer actions as normal. If multiple mutated organisms are in play, resolve their actions one at a time, starting with the leftmost mutated organism as they appear on the killer board. If the finale has been triggered, the mutated organism will have an additional killer action. Where do we see killer action here? We don't. These are the cards. I kind of want to flip it and look, but we're not going to do that. We're going to set this over here. So this is going to be a feature film special card here. Yo, I might have to reference the rules a couple times during this one. Seems a bit sketch. Mutated organism, death, and final health tokens. We went through this with intruders at Wingard Cottage as well when there was 3 killers, but I'm not seeing, like, is there a token that says, which one's the active killer? I think you just work from left to right, right? That's what it says. When one of the mutated organisms loses its final health and there is still at least one other mutated organism on the board, lay it on its side and finish the current phase before checking the mutated organism's final health token. If the token is blank or it was a white final health token, the mutated organism is dead and should be removed from the board. If it has health, replenish its health per the normal rules, and that mutated organism is still alive. All right, so we've definitely seen that before. Although each mutated organism has its own final health token, you'll only get +1 dice. That sucks. All right, example test. We're going to have to read this. I'm still a bit confused, but we'll get this going, I promise. Yuki acquired a test kit earlier in the game, but since she's only one space away from the lab, she decides to walk and move to the lab having a red exposed victim she is with follow her there. All right, once in the lab, she decides to test the exposed victim. No action card needed. Very good. Oh, so she has a test kit. She could test, but since she's only one space away, she goes to the lab to save the test kit. Gotcha. Once in the lab, she decides to test the exposed victim. No action card is required and no time is spent. You flip over a test results card and the result is safe. You replace the red exposed victim with a normal yellow victim meeple. It can now be saved, targeted, etc. as normal. All right, and then we have an example for the assimilated. I'm going to go through this. I know this is probably dragging on. It definitely is for me. Kate goes into the commander's hut where the gray exposed victim is hanging out. She performs a search action, finding a flare gun, which also allows her to take the test kit at that space as well. I don't remember it saying anything about putting test kits out. Is that what these 4 cards are for? No. Oh, these were removed from the game. These are items that were not in there. These are test kits. So there is 4 test kits. I don't know. It just hasn't said anything about putting them out. Did it say anything? Oh, place a test kit item card face up. Dude, how did I miss this? Damn, so we're not even supposed to see Shmila. Every search location has 1 test kit you can get in addition to your search there. Okay, so do I have to reshuffle those item kits and put the test kit face up instead of flamethrower, lucky dice, and first aid like we have here? Did I set this up wrong? No, they go above them in the item. They go above the item decks. Okay, thank you. That's really not going to help me for space, but what we can do is, well, then I can't really see. Let's just put them like a little bit underneath. Like this. I see what you're saying. Then we get an addition 1 per deck. Okay, and we get an additional, like if we do a search there, even if we only get 1 success, we still get that test kit. Some effects might remove the test kit at certain locations. Oh boy. Yikes. Yes, in addition to whatever you take the test kit. All right, that's cool. I like it. Thanks a lot for the help, Shmiloot. We'd love to have the help. I've been fumbling through these rules, I'm not gonna lie. We're about to get into it though. Way more comfortable with someone who knows what they're talking about here. I mean, I was reading the examples and stuff. Maybe I don't have to read the example assimilated. Kate goes into the commander's hut where the gray exposed victim is hanging out. She performs a search action, finding a flare gun, which also allows her to take a test kit. Yep. Since she has a test kit and feels somewhat prepared, she decides to go ahead and test the gray exposed victim. No action card is required. No time is spent. She flips over a test results card, and the result is assimilated. Oh no, this is the first mutated organism. So she reveals the rightmost exposed victim. This guy, yeah. Then it is the tough organism. Oh, so there's like 3 different ones. That's crazy. It's got 7 health. She replaces the card with the revealed mutated organism card and places the gray meeple token above it. Why above it? I might just be reading into this a little too hard. The bloodlust token is 3 above the starting space, so Kate resolves the revealed effect starting from the bottom. I see. In the circle spot to know which monster is which color meeple. All right. Yeah, I feel way better with somebody who's played before being here. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this going. I've shuffled the terror deck. I'm gonna pull 10 cards out. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 cards, and the rest are gone. Everything else is good. I think we're ready to start. We have our tier dice here. We've been using the tier dice. Have you tried the tier dice Schmealoot? Played this one a couple times last week. Super fun. Dude, I have been having a lot of fun with Final Girl. I wasn't even expecting to have this much fun. I started it as like an October thing because it's like, horror movie stuff, whatever. And I just can't seem to stop playing. I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. I decided we're just going to finish it because we started on series 1 and this is episode 9. So yeah, we're going to play them all through. I don't know how many there are. I definitely own them all though. So, with the exception of a couple of the extra things and whatever, I probably own all of the series, and some of them aren't even opened yet, so I'm pretty hyped to get through them all. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Haven't used the tier dice yet, but I want to snag them at some point to take some of the failure sting out. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've been using the tier dice, and I have never used collected tiers. The thing about the tier board, let's look at the tier board real quick. So there's a side A and a side B. So side A doesn't really give you the best stuff. I know this is probably hard to see, but it says for 1 tier you gain 1 time. For 2 tiers you can reroll a die. For 3 you can reduce the horror by 1. For 4 you can reroll any or all of your dice. And then for 5, you get plus 2 dice for horror rolls for the rest of your turn. Okay, now that's side A. And then for side B, we have same thing for 1 tier. It's 1 time. And then we have, for 2 tiers, you can move a space. For 3 tiers, you can convert into a success without spending cards. I would assume that's what that picture means. And then we have for 4 tiers, you can roll 6 dice. And for 5 tiers, you can just reveal your ultimate ability. So I didn't even realize that there was 2 sides. And once I realized there was a side B last game, I was like, I'm playing with side B. Like, sometimes I do struggle to get that ultimate out. So, yeah, we're going to start with 5 horror here. We start on 5, right, with the organism. So 5 horror, 6 time. Test results, that's everything. I'm going to flip a setup card here. Okay, so we're supposed to, how could we do this randomly? Because we're supposed to switch some of these meeples. I could roll a dice. We have a victim here. We got 2 victims here. I usually just put them all in my hand and drop them one by one. Oh, that's brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? All right, so how many do we got? We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 victims. So this is 4 here, 5, 6, 7. We need our lucky one, the one that came with his head cut off. This has been our lucky victim throughout the series. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And then what? We take 3 out. And we put these 3 in. shake them up. All right. Okay, we have 2 here. There's 1 in the hallway. Ooh, 2 back there. 2 in this hallway. Did you use these tables? Another question for you. Did you use these excess things for the hallway spaces like they say to use? I could see how the meeples can get all bunched up and stuff there. Right now we have 1 here. They're already all out, so it doesn't matter, right? I can put them down. There's 1 guy outside. Oh, final girl starts here. That's big. We start in this space with the, what is it called? The ski loader. And then we have a victim here, a victim here, and then 1 more in this hallway. So, oh, we don't actually need all 3 of these, right? So we just need the 2. So that makes space a lot better, right? So I can put this like this, and then we have, this is, now, oh, it does take that is a different space. I didn't realize that these hallways were different spaces. Okay, so, yeah, but see, I would really much rather have them on the boards. I don't know about you, but have you ever used these like they say to use them? I simply just like don't look at them and I forget that the victims are there. I like them on the board, just never use them. Okay, well, we're gonna use it if it gets bunched up, but for now, I feel like we should just keep the victims like this in the hallway so that we can see them. So there should be 12 here, right? So there's 2 here. They both ended up being, what is it called? Exposed victims. We have 2 exposed victims here, 2 regular victims in this hallway with the yellow. We have a victim in the commander's hut, a victim outside, another victim outside, final girl here. The other exposed victim is in the center hallway, so really close to the lab. We love that. And then we have a victim here and 1 in the supply closet. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Looks good to me. Okay, we do have to choose a final girl. Maybe we can get some help from Schmelock here this time. The 2 final girls we have are Kate and Uki. Am I saying it right? Is it Uki? Yuki? Who knows? All right, Uki or Yuki's got 6 health. Needs 4 victims. Only needs to save 4 victims to unlock that ultimate ability. The bonus thing she gets is move 1 space, heal for 1, take Furious Strike card. We love that. We love that action card. 2 time. Okay, and then we'll look at Kate. A little bit less health. She's got 4 health. Take Retaliate. We love the Retaliate card. It's so good. Move 1 space. Get 3 health back between 2 victim spaces. 2 health on one and 1 health on the other. So she can heal for a bit more, but she's got a little less health. Then we have take the guard card and take the guard card. That's so good. Thoughts on that? You had fun with both? Yeah, I mean, the game, it's going to be fun no matter what. But like the way I've been playing it, here, let me show you. So like if I lose with a final girl, You can do exclamation point dead in the chat and see all the final girls that have died, and now I can't use them ever again. And then we have exclamation point survivors, final girls we've played with and they're still alive, so we could end up using them again. But the final girls that are dead are just dead forever. Like, we might as well rip the card in half. You could call it Final Girl Hardcore. Here, let me show you. Okay, so we have final girls who didn't make it. Charlie, Geppetto at the Carnival of Blood, and Ava, the Truders at Wingard Cottage. You could do the same thing. You could do exclamation point survivors. So those would be all the final girls we've used, and they made it through. They survived. So yeah, that's why I'm a little bit. I like to take my time when we pick. Oh, you did it! Nice. Yeah, so those are all the survivors. Lori is still available. We have Selena, Adelaide, Sheila, Gretel. We love Gretel. Yeah. I think that's it. Although it looks like I'm missing one. There should be 8. I don't know. This is episode 9. I can fix it later. But yeah, so the decision matters. You see what I'm saying? Let's go with Uki, though. I feel like if we're going to save... Are we going to save 6 victims? You know, we're going to be spending a lot of time testing victims, exposed victims. I feel like saving 6 victims, but then again, we have the tier board. Now, I've never used the tier board, but we could unlock our ultimate through the tier board. Let's just go with Uki. We're going to go with Uki. Unless... I don't know. We're going to go with Uki. So we get 4 health, and we're going to pull a final health token for her. So, or we get 6 health, sorry. So we put 5 hearts out. And then we choose a final health token. So we're going to do this as random as possible. Pick a number between 1 through 9. If you're still out there. Pick a number 3. 1, 2, 3. That's our final health token. You love to see it. Who knows, man, if we're going to make it or not. I mean, I've had so many situations where that comes into play. Big Bad Wolf got a health back. You hate to see it. All right. We're going to get started here. So that's our setup card. Final Girl starts right here with the ski loader, which is great. We just don't have the keys for that. I don't think I'm missing anything. We have the helicopter on the helicopter pad. I read the rules for that, but I might need some help with it. We're going to flip a starting event right now. So this is the start of the game. All right, we have, don't worry, we're here to help. Okay, I'm going to read this. It says, if the helicopter has any victims on board, discard this and draw a new event. Otherwise, place the helicopter on the landing pad. Place 3 new victims in the space with the helicopter, and then panic them. First as a group, then once individually. If any are adjacent to an indoor space, move them into that space. All right, what do we do here? That sounds like a mouthful. From what I'm reading, it says place 3 new victims in the space with the helicopter and then panic all those victims. First as a group, then individually. So we put 3 new victims right here. Oh, I didn't realize we took the guy with his head cut off out. And then we're going to panic them as a group. So we're going to roll 3 dice here. All right, we have a 1, and a 5. Not a good start. Glad that wasn't a horror roll. All right, so we have a 1, and a 5. So they panic like that. So 2 of them panic here, 1 panics here. And then we panic them individually. So we're going to roll 1 dice. All right, number 2. So number 2. They would stay at a 2, right? Now 2 of them moved to here, so we have to do another roll for that. But we have a 1 going out to the helicopter pad. We have 3 and 4 going here, and then 5 and 6 going here. So 1 stays. Then we got a 3. So 1 panics into our space, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. And then 1 of them panicked over here. So we're going to do 1 more roll. And they got a 3. So they're going to panic over into this space, and then that's it. Hopefully I did that right. It says discard this card. So that goes on the bottom of the event deck. We don't really have a discard pile. We never really flip through all the events. Okay, we start off rolling 2 dice. And I think we're good to go. We're going to start with probably a focus. We always start with a focus, get that horror down a little bit. Maybe we can get some luck. We're going to roll 2 dice here. Oh my God, would you look at this? A double success right off jump. We love to see it. We're going to get 2 time. We go up to 8 time. We reduce the horror by 1. I think I'm going to hold on to that other focus. Okay, and another thing I forgot about this 2-way radio. We can use it to move a victim 1 space at the cost of time, and it may not be used on the same victim more than once in a single turn. So we can move victims around with that 2-way radio, yeah? Should we just take them outside right now? Like, can we get 3 victims on this helipad turn 1? Shimmy loot, my dude. It's looking good. Let's drop a... Or should we use the radio first? I was going to pop a walk here. Maybe we use the radio to move 1 to the exit space. Oh, I might use the radio twice here. Used to move a victim 1 space at the cost of time. May not be used on the same victim more than once a turn. I got you. So basically, we're going to use our 2-way radio here. We're going to move 1 victim like this. We're going to use it again to move another victim like this. Now, how do we get them onto that helipad? We have to be there with them. Can we do this? Is this legal so far, Shimmy Loot? Let's do a walk. If not, we'll back it up. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be there. Yo, guy says we don't have to be there. We used it twice. We moved 2 victims using the radio correct. So we put 2 victims already in like that, right? See, I'm thinking we immediately saved them, but the helicopter's still got to move, right? So I guess it's not that OP. I was getting super excited. I was like, we're going to have our ultimate turn 1. All right, let's do our walk. We might be able to get that victim there. Do we just use the radio again? And bring that other guy inside? And then this guy can just get frostbite and die. We don't care. Let's use the radio again. We're already almost out of uses. We use the radio 1 more time. So we spent 1, 2, 3 time on the radio, right? If you don't take off, then they stay in the green spot. Well done. So we're down to 5 time here. Did I just roll that? Were you watching? Did I roll that? There's no way. No, I didn't do a walk yet. I'm actually going to try to bring these victims inside. So let's do a walk. There's no way I rolled a double success twice in a row. We get a tier and a convert. I think we convert here. So we pitch short rest, weak attack. I'll put those underneath and to the side like this. We pitch short rest, weak attack to convert convert into a success. Bam. Now we can move 1 space for a time. We go down to 4 time. We bring this victim inside. This is where we're going to start testing folks. Don't they get frostbite during upkeep if they're outside, I believe. So we don't want them to die from dumb stuff like that. What we're going to do is hold on to our walk and our focus for next turn. And we're going to end our action phase right there. So we move into our planning phase where we're buying cards. Let's look at some of these cards we can buy. So the cards we're going to get is Furious Strike when we save a victim. We definitely want to get 1 fly faster, right? So we'll spend 1 time on fly faster. We're down to 3 time. We could take a close call or a sprint. I think we want the sprint to move. Or we get a distraction. Frostbite is only occasional on the terror cards. Oh, well, that sounds awesome. Also, if the exposed victims die from frostbite, it exposes them as safe or a monster. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh. Oh, that's 500 IQ stuff right there. Bring them outside, right? Yo. Yo, we love it. It's like a free test kit. That's so true. I never even would have thought about that. Okay, we have 3 time left. We could get a distraction here. I'm thinking distraction, but I'm also thinking sprint. If we take sprint, we probably take close call. With 3 time, let's go with distraction. Okay, that puts us on 0 time, and then we reset the time to 6. That's the end of the planning phase. We do killer phase, so we resolve the killer action. What do we do here? Absolutely nothing, right? We just flip a terror card, yeah? Just a terror card. Okay. All right, we're going to flip a terror card. First terror card we have. Someone is destroying the tests. All right, this is exactly what you were talking about. Discard the test kit from the wrench location that is closest to you. Okay. So if we count the spaces, let's check the location board here. We're here. So the tool shed is 2 spaces away. 1, 2. The supply closet is 1, 2, 3 spaces. So it's going to be our tool shed. That's gone. That sucks. You hate to see it. That's exactly what you were talking about, too. That's unfortunate, but we also have the lab, don't forget. So seems fine. One thing I always forget to do is put the action cards back in the tableau. But luckily it was just the freebies. Okay, and then we have 1 normal victim within 2 spaces of the associated space is killed. All right, that's going to be our victim that's in the supply closet is going to die. So we have, or wait, no, that's not right. So it within 2 spaces, so it would be the victim that's with us. So he dies. Bloodlust goes up as normal, but we have not revealed a organism just yet. Okay. Then it says target the closest victim and move twice. Now, who are they referring to when they say target the closest victim? There is no killer yet, correct? I'm assuming the exposed victims act as minions right now, but yeah, that nothing happens there, right? Because it said no killer. Okay. So then we go to our panic phase. Now, the exposed victims are going to panic during this phase always, right? I do remember reading that. They may never be targeted or killed by a mutated organism. They may not be saved. They may not be replaced with a special victim meeple. They always panic during the panic phase, even if no victims were killed. Okay, thank you. So we are going to roll first for the black. Okay, we get a 4. So he's going to panic into this hallway. So it's getting a little crowded. Should we just move those? Let's put them on here. Let's use them. Let's use it up. Okay. That was 1. Now we have 2 exposed victims in the, what is this called? The rec room. So we're gonna roll 2. All right, we get 2 4s. So they're both gonna panic into this hallway. So we have a lot of guys in the hallway here, bud. Then we have upkeep phase. Now, did anything happen during upkeep ever? Like, I just put a short on YouTube making fun of upkeep phase because of how nothing ever happens, but I could be playing wrong. I don't think we have any upkeep. It just says rearrange items. Reveal the finale if there's no tarot cards left. So we're going to go into the action phase here. No upkeep. You'll love to see it, dude. All right. So the cards we have in hand are Fly Faster, Walk, Focus, and Distraction. Oh, I would love to get a double success on a distraction here, but we didn't really take anything too good. Are you sure nothing happens during upkeep? Like, does that helicopter move on its own? Like, does the helicopter just stay here? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm bombarding you with questions. I should know this stuff on my own. How to save victims. The helicopter will have to travel to the Arctic airport in order to save victims. When a helicopter token is on the space, you may freely move it and up to 3 victims that are with it onto the Arctic station 2891. Okay, we did that. No. Okay, so you said tarot cards will move them. Tarot cards. Okay. For some reason, I thought it moved one space on its own. It could be from a different game. I play too many games. Tarot cards will have symbols for helicopter and frostbite. All right, we'll leave it at that. We did get a Fly Faster card, so maybe we just pop that right off jump. But I was thinking maybe we could do Focus, Distraction. We have the ability to maybe get 3 horror decrease here, which could put us on 3 dice. And everybody knows we want to roll 3 dice. So let's start with a focus. We just need a single success here. We end up getting a convert, which... Oh man, that sucks. We just lose 2 time. So we go down to 4 time. What a pain. All right, let's do a distraction. All right, we get a single success and a convert. We could pitch walk and fly faster here to get a double success, reduce horror by 2, and get 2 of our time back. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to take the single success as is on a distraction is much better than the focus. We reduce the horror by 1. We gain 1 time. So we're back up to 5. We basically just lost the time. Reduce the horror. Let's fly faster. We get a single success on the fly faster. We spend 1 time. We move the helicopter 1 space. Okay, we're in the air. You'd love to see it. We're 1 victim away from unlocking Uki's ultimate ability. I have to close this door here. Yeah, Uki only needs to save 4 victims to unlock her ultimate ability, and we never even looked at the ultimate abilities. What a mistake. Uki's ultimate ability is once per turn you may play a copy of the guard card as though it was in your hand. That's awesome. I mean, just a free guard card every turn. Can't touch this. That's what I'm saying. All right, for each additional victim save, receive reduced horror by 1. We love to see that too. I think I would have went with Uki no matter what the other, no matter what Kate's ultimate ability was. We'll look at Kate's anyway though. It says your maximum health is now 7. Immediately recover all 7 health. While at full health, you roll +1 dice for horror rolls. For each additional victim save, receive 2 health. Seems like she would be a bomb healer. All right, so we do fly faster. We get a single success. Once they land at the Arctic airport, we end up saving those victims, right? Now, if it's not during the action phase, we don't save them until the start of the next action phase. So let's do our walk. Let's try to get a victim in the lab with us. So we can start testing, guys, yeah? So let's roll 2 dice on a walk. We get a convert, that's nothing. We can spend a health and 2 time to move 1 space. I think we do it. We're going to play bold here. So we go down to 2 time. That kind of sucks, but we move 1 space. Is that even worth it? You have to get in the lab to get that guy. Maybe we go for the other guy in the back first. I'm referring to this one. I'm sort of looking at this location board like we could go here, and then we can go into the lab, but then we have to go here and then back into the lab to test this guy. So I was sort of thinking maybe we just go like 1, and then next turn we can go 1, 2, do a search, pick up whatever's there. It looks like the flamethrower, dude. We're definitely going there. We're definitely going there. All right, we are taking that. Move 1 space. We spent a health 2 time. We're down to 2 time. We moved to space. We lost a health. We're good to go. That's the end of our cards. That's the end of the action phase. You don't test the yellow guys, just the red, gray, and black guys. Oh boy. Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. So they're all in that. Oh, well, that's even better then. That's less spaces. But what about that flamethrower? Don't we want that? Just in case, man? You know what I'm saying? In case we got to spray everyone down? What if we get 3 organisms Flamethrower rips. All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we have planning phase with 2 time left. I think we just pick up a sprint and our free cards here. We're going to take a sprint for 2. We have no time left. We get the freebies back. We replace these cards in the tableau. We have fly faster, distraction, focus. We can still move 1 victim, 1 space for free with the 2-way radio. All of the victims, along with the exposed victims, are bunched up in this long hallway here. We have them marked on this moon. So that's going to be it for planning phase. We have killer phase. Again, nothing happens with the killer phase until we have an active killer. So we're going to flip a terror card immediately. Thick skin, minor dark power. You hate to see it. What does this mean? What does this mean when there's no active killer? The mutated organism closest to you gets this power. If there are no mutated organisms in play, place this with the remaining mutated organism cards. The next, it'll go to the first revealed killer. Okay. The next time a mutated organism is revealed, it gets this card. All right, we'll put 3 health there to remember that. I'm kind of glad we got that out of the way sooner rather than later, right? Because I've had games where I'm so close to killing the killer, and then they just get minor dark after minor dark after minor dark, and they just keep healing and getting extra health, and we lose because of it. So we've lost a few final girls to that situation. All right, nothing else happens. That's what also is nice about minor dark powers. You flip them, you give them the health. That's it. They're done. We move on to panic phase. Now, again, these guys are going to panic in every panic phase, whether or not someone died. So we do have to panic all 3 of these big meeples here. These are our exposed victims in this hallway. So what we're going to do is roll a dice. Let's do 1 at a time. We'll do gray first. All right, we get a 1. So gray panics outside. Is this what you're talking about? We get a free test here. I love it. All right, let's roll another dice here. We'll do red next. We get a 6. Red panics into the rec room. We got 1 more. We'll do black. If they die from frostbite. Okay, so then we have 1. Black is going to panic outside as well. What are the chances they both panic outside? Pretty good. Looks good. That seems really lucky. Hopefully a frostbite card comes up. But that's going to end our panic phase. So we have upkeep phase. We reveal finale and no terror cards left. Blah, blah, blah. Rearrange items. I think we're good to go. Just to be clear, I'm in this hallway here, aiming for the supply closet. So we do have a sprint and a walk here. So God forbid we must make it to the supply closet. Let's start with a focus. We'll try to bump that horror down. We're going to drop a focus on 2 dice. We get a single success and a convert here. Reset the time to 6. I think we pitch, short rest, and weak attack to gain 2 time and reduce the horror by 1. We go up to 8 time. We reduce the horror. Did I already reduce the horror? We're rolling 3 dice, aren't we? Or did I already move that? Did you catch that? I wish I had rewind. You moved it already? Okay. Let's do walk first. We get a single success. We spend a time and we move a space. Okay. We're definitely going for the flamethrower now because we have the extra time. We're sitting on 7 times. So let's do a sprint. All right, we get a single success. We can move 2 spaces here. I think we're just going to move 1 space for a time. So we're in the supply closet. We're down to 6 time. We go into planning phase here. So we have 6 time to spend on these cards. Now, I like the fly faster. We can get our ultimate out pretty quickly. So we'll spend a time on that. We definitely need search. What the hell was that? A guard. So that's what? 6, 5, 4, 3. We're down to 3 time. We could take a sprint and a close call. And then we also get our free cards back. Let's make sure we're not above 10. We have fly faster. We have search, sprint, close call, focus, and walk. We'll return these cards to the tableau and move on to the next phase. Okay, it's looking good. Killer phase. We're going to flip a terror card here. We'll see what happens. What's Oh, I thought that said supply closet. What supplies are in the chopper? If the helicopter is at station 2891 and you are on an outdoor space, you may take 2 random item cards from the ones that are out of play. What, dude? That's so unlucky. If the helicopter is at station 2891, it's not. It's in the air, unfortunately. And it says, and you are on an outdoor space. So we're just not connecting with either of those circumstances. So we're going to flip an event card next. Okay, we have heavy storm. When moving outside, all of your moves are panicked. You may spend time to re-roll as many times as you wish and can afford. Okay, so there's a heavy storm. When does that get discarded? It looks like it doesn't. All of our moves outside are panicked. Yo, this is not good. Is this one of the harder ones? One of the harder Finder Girl. I'm already crying about the tier dice. Come on. Yikes. I know. Hey, that's what I'm saying, man. Doesn't that seem rough? When moving outside, all of your moves are panicked, and you may spend time to re-roll as much as you can afford. Yo, get out of here with that. Okay, next we have target the final girl, move, target the final girl or closest victim, and attack. Then we have frostbite and move the helicopter. Is this what you mean? If you can see, I know it's hard to see, but we have target the final girl, move, target the final girl, attack. Neither of those apply because we have no killer yet. And then we have frostbite all outdoor victims and move the helicopter. Okay, great. So we're going to frostbite these 3. Now, how do we frostbite them? We just put a token. We put 3 tokens. Frostbite, move the helicopter. Moving the helicopter saves anyone outside gets a frostbite token, and heli moves 1. All right, helicopter moving 1 space. That actually saves 3 victims, but we don't apply that until the next action phase. So we'll stack them there, and we'll wait. And that is the end of the killer phase. We have panic phase. So we're going to panic all 3 of the exposed victims. We'll do one at a time. We're going to start with red. Okay, we get a 5 for red. So 4 to 6 he moves into this hallway. We'll do black next. He got a 1. So 1 to 2 he moves this way. They're going to die outside. I love it. All right, we're doing gray. Gray next. Sorry, this is getting a bit bunched up on the board. Number 6. He's going to panic back inside, so he saves himself. Goes back into the hallway. Do we take the frostbite token off then? I would assume, yeah. Upkeep phase, reveal finale. If no terror cards left, rearrange items. All right. We're going right back to the action phase, folks. During upkeep, I believe anyone that went inside removes their frostbite, and anyone outside dies. The frostbite icon means you, each victim, and each enemy in an outdoor space gain a frostbite token or lose 1 health if they already have a frostbite token. During each upkeep phase, discard all frostbite tokens for anyone indoors. Okay, so they hold on to that, and if they get another one, they die. I got it. I'm getting the rules down. Thanks to Shmilut. All right, what are we going to do here? It's action phase, so we actually start off by saving 3 victims. We do have Fly Faster in hand. We can get that helicopter landed. Yo, you love to see it. We're actually doing well. So we reset the time to 6. We can start off with move 1 space. We don't want that. We have search to do. So what we're going to do is heal for 1 since we lost a health. We're going to gain 2 time as well. And then we're going to take Furious Strike. Okay, there's only one thing remaining here on Uki's card. Next victim we save. We get to move 1 space for free. Things are going swimmingly well. We saved 3 victims at the start of the action phase. I think we're going to drop a focus. And if we can get a success here, we are going to be rolling 3 dice. So we got a health 2 times, so we should be on 8 time. And we take Furious Strike. So really good. Really, really good stuff happening. Let's do focus. We also have a close call in hand. So let's roll for a focus first. All right, we get a single success and a convert here. I think we just take that single success and run with it. We spend a time. Although, if we were to discard close call and say, no, we kind of need all of our other cards, don't we? Let's hold on to our cards. Discarding cards is bad. I'm so used to just discarding cards. I got to stop doing that. It's a bad habit for sure. But we reduced the horror by 1, putting the horror on 1. So we are now rolling 3 dice. We'll put another one in there to remind myself. And then the horror goes down 1. Or the time goes down 1, so we're on 7. Now we can do our search with 3 dice. And we are going to get a test kit from this. Oh! What are your thoughts on that? 2 converts and a tier. We can take the tier, spend the tier for a time, and then spend 2 time to do a close call and reroll all 3 dice. Yeah, absolutely. You hate to see it. If I was going to pitch some cards, though, it would be walk and close call. I think we have to do that. We're going to pitch walk and close call here. That gives us the flamethrower, a 2-handed weapon with 2 uses on it, which says this must be kept in your hands, and you may not have any items in your backpack. Dude. Am I reading this right? This must be kept in your hands, and you may not have any items in your backpack. May be used once per action phase to deal damage equal to half the killer's current health rounded down, or to kill all minions in your space. Does this mean we have to use our 2-way radio and then discard it? Then we can equip the flamethrower. That's the way I'm reading that. We can't have any items in our backpack when we have this. The good news is we get a test kit. The test kit, does that take up space? Can we not have a test kit either? I really should learn the rules myself before doing this. Not with the flamethrower. Damn. Can I put it back on the space? YOLO, you can always go to the lab. All right. Well, I guess what we do is before we pick up the flamethrower, we use the last charge on the two-way radio. We discard this two-way radio. We move one victim, one space. Should we just bring this guy indoors? Yeah, we move that guy indoors. We're getting approval here. So we move the guy indoors. That way, next upkeep, he removes that frostbite, and he doesn't die if he gets a frostbite, right? So then we spend the time because we took the top item. We can't have the test kit. It goes back. So we equip flamethrower. Now, we could do some big damage with this flamethrower, right? We just don't have anything to attack yet, unfortunately. They say minions, but like, can you kill exposed victims? It says you can't be attacked. They can't be attacked. We have Furious Strike, Fly Faster, and Sprint. We're going to get out of here. We're rolling 3 dice. Let's do it. We're going to do Fly Faster, try to get that helicopter back. We get a double success. We move the helicopter 2 spaces back. Now we can land it, correct? For a time. So we're down to 5 time. Now all we have in hand is a sprint, so we're going to do a sprint next. We get a single success and a convert, so we can move 2 spaces for another time. We're down to 4 time. We take 1, 2. Okay, we're down to 4 time. Only card in hand is Furious Strike. We're going to hold on to that. We go into the planning phase with 4 time. We're going to pick up some cards here. Now, I don't know what we want to spend our time on. There's a good chance that we get a free test kit from an exposed victim dying here. I know we want to get at least 1 sprint for 2 times, so that puts us on 2 time. So we have Furious Strike and Sprint right now. We could take Close Call, but then we would be wasting a time. We could take something for 2. Maybe we take a guard. Although if we flip Uki, we're going to have guard permanently in our hands. So that seems big, but we have to get out there first, right? So let's take guard for 2, and that puts us on 0. We reset the time to 6. We'll return these cards to the tableau and take the free cards. Okay, so Sprint goes back. Fly Faster goes back. Search goes back. Walk and Close Call go back along with Focus. Okay, Killer Phase. We're flipping a tarot card immediately. Okay, tarot card says, have you seen how disgusting it is? If there is no mutated organism in play, discard this and draw the next tarot card. That's pretty unfortunate. Although I am glad to not see the increase of 2 horror. We love that. This is burning up our time, though. So we're going to flip. And we have We'll Be Dead by Morning. Choose one. Increase bloodlust or increase horror by 2. We're going to increase bloodlust. Bloodlust goes up 1. Choose one. Panic all victims or panic yourself. Oh. If we panic ourselves, can a victim come with us? If we panic all victims, should this guy not have a frostbite token? I just have too many rules questions here. I would think not, but not sure. Okay. We're gonna assume that this guy also got a frostbite token because I think they said that the commander's hut is outdoors. Frostbite. Okay, they have a little rules here thing here where it says indoors and outdoor spaces. Damn. It's escaping me. Outdoor spaces, the 5 spaces that are outdoors, including the helicopter exit space, all other spaces are considered indoors. So he does not. They changed the rules and it's indoors now. It was an errata. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I must have only played this like once when it first came out. So we have panic. This is the decision we're trying to decide. We could panic all victims or myself. We do have heavy storm, so when we get outside, we have to panic. We have to panic all of our movement. I don't know how we're going to save that last victim. I mean, with a heavy storm, it just doesn't seem likely. We have to roll perfectly. We could just do all victims to spread them out. Maybe get some closer to an exit space. That gets rid of some of the RNG, right? If we get victims closer to the exit space, there's no way we're picking up another 2A radio. I think we panic all victims here, starting with, or we just panic me once. No, let's do all victims. Let's start with the victim that's next to me. We're going to roll for him. He gets a 1. So, see, this is already what I'm talking about. This guy's going to panic into here. So he's already closer. This is already helping us. We're going to do this guy next. We're going to roll. He gets a 6. So 4 to 6 puts him in the lab. That's kind of helpful too. And then we're going to do these 2 guys next. We'll roll 2 dice for that. Speed things up. We have a 6 and a 2. So 1 to 3, 4 to 6. This guy's in the hallway with these folks. I'll put him up here so we know we already panicked him. And this guy is also in here, but we did not panic him, and he loses his frostbite during upkeep. So if he panics outside, he gets that frostbite token again. So he will die. Let's do. That's all 3 of those, right? So, and we did 1. So let's start with the red exposed victim is next. He gets a 1. So he's actually going to panic outside. And then we'll do gray. He gets a 4, so he is going to panic into the rec room. We're doing this meeple next. He gets a 1, so he panics outside with the exposed victim. We'll do the next victim gets a 5, so he's going to panic 4, 5. He's going to panic into this room up here. And then the guy that already has frostbite is going to panic also into here. And he will drop that during upkeep. And then we have the outside guy. So this is the only one we have not panicked yet, so we're going to panic him. He gets a 1, so he panics outside as well. So a bit of bit of a struggle here. We got some guys outside, but all we need is 1. Don't forget, we just need 1. Let's do. Oh, what's next? It says target the final girl closest victim move, and then we do frostbite. Now, I'm definitely gonna need your help here. We have nothing to target and move, right? So if we're doing frostbite, that means these 3 get a frostbite token, and the black one dies. So it's an easy test, free test kit. Yeah. I don't know what to do. We can't lose Shmilak here. He's our referee and rule guy for the whole episode. That's what I'm going to assume happens. We also move helicopter. Now, if we get helicopter movement and it's landed, what does that mean? Okay, it just sits there. Okay, great. I wasn't sure if it would just start flying away like some freaky weird shit. Have you ever seen the movie The Thing? I think that's what this is based on. It's one of my favorite horror movies ever. This is so thematic. That's why I love Final Girl. I've been really getting into it. The Thing is goated. 100% it is. It's one of the best horror movies I've seen. Yeah, that's the one I mean. I don't even think I've seen the new one. The OG one, my neighbor had a burned copy of it on DVD, and I went over and watched it, and I was just like terrified. I was also like 11 or 12 years old, so. But yeah, this is awesome. That's why I love Final Girl so much. I've been getting into it. I really like Alien. Hulu came out with the new series, Alien Earth. So good. We just did Evomorph. So that was nice, and we got an airlock kill. So yeah, airlock kill on Evomorph is the most thematic way to play Final Girl. I mean, it was exactly like the movie. So where are we at here? We don't move the helicopter. That ends our killer phase. We do panic phase. Although the black guy had, I don't know why I just said it like that, but the black meeple had a frostbite and then got frostbite. So that means they're dead. And we flip a test results kit, yeah? We lay them on their side. He's already on his side. We'll flip him like that. Might be losing our camera here soon. It's looking like it's starting to get a little glitchy, but that's okay. Yeah. Flip if he is safe or monster. Okay, so we're going to do a test result here. Let's zoom in on the location. We have our test result cards here. We're looking to see if this black meeple has turned into an organism or if it's safe. So we're going to flip a test results here. What do you know? Guys assimilated, so we're totally cooked here. We're going to flip the first killer card. Furthest one to the right, I believe. And we end up getting... We don't know what that looks like or what that is. But it's this top card here. So we're going to take this top card. This is our new killer. We have an active killer. We have something to attack. I am glad I picked up my flamethrower. So we put that like that. We apply the health tokens. This guy's got 5 health, so we'll give him 4. we need some more health tokens. One more. Okay, and does he stay on the board? I'm assuming he stays where he's at. Like, I don't know why I put this here. We can take that frostbite off, though. Yeah, he stays. Okay. I don't know what those are for then. But we will put... Maybe it's just for active if you have multiple killers. So we're going to do a final health token. So pick a number between 1 and 8. And I will mix these up one more time. So let's get this going. I'm trying to move this along. I know this is probably so slow and boring. I do cut and edit all these down on YouTube. I make these 3-4 hour streams into like 15-minute videos on YouTube. So keep the frostbite there. It can continue to damage him. Ooh, yo, this is genius. Yo, I love to see it. We love the tips. Number between 1 and 8. You hit me with a number between 1 and 8. Continue to damage him. Does it damage him this turn? Oh, that would be awesome. I'm trying to see the order of which we would have flipped that. It would have... Frostbite would have hit, and that would have killed him, so no, it doesn't damage him, right? He dies, and then we figure out that he's an organism. So it stays like that. Let me get a number between 1 and 8, if you don't mind. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We put the final health token out. It's so nice having somebody in the chat. Usually I do all these streams solo. No one to talk to. We got Shmelock the GOAT in here just giving us the rules, the tips, everything. The Final Girl Master. Yeah, so I think that's it for Killer Phase, right? We have our first organism. We could take a look at this thing. It looks pretty nasty. So, this killer panics. Okay, so it says this killer panics, and then it says F. I'm assuming that means frostbite. Or target final girl. Closest victim, move twice and attack. So we have... This guy moves for 2 and attacks for 1. When you expose an organism, you activate all the way up to the bloodlust level. Okay, so we're going to activate the killer panics twice. So what we're going to do is panic him once so we can see kind of where he's at. He's here. At this location, the black meeple is now the organism. So we're going to panic him twice. We're going to roll dice. We get a 4. So 3 to 4 puts him this way. Now, the frostbite, I'm assuming, stays on him. Or with him. And then we'll panic him again because we have another This Killer Panics on the bloodlust. And he gets a 1. So he actually goes on the exit space, which is bad news bears for us. Oh, boy. All right, what to do, what to do. So that was a wild killer phase. We got our first... Okay, and then we shuffle this back into the test results deck. I'm just going to mix them until I don't know which one it is, because there's only 3, you know? So we have our first assimilated victim. I hate to say it, but Uki might not make it out of here alive. It's possible to get all 3 organisms, and then it's good game. I know, but we do have, don't forget, we do have the flamethrower. Unfortunately, they already have thick skin, which gives them 3 health. So this guy's already a beast with 8 health. The mutated organism close to you gets this power. If there's no mutated organisms in play, place this on the remaining mutated organism cards. The next time a mutated organism is revealed, they get this card. Okay, that's a lot of writing for nothing to do. But we could put it above his thing at least, just for better reference in case we get another mutated organism. The first time I played this, I got like one mutated organism. I killed it, and then I put the game away. And as you can see, I barely remember how to play. But we're getting back into it with the help of Shmelock here. So we're gonna... That's the end of the killer. So we have Panic. So for Panic, we don't panic him anymore, right? He panics during killer phase. So we have this guy panicking. We'll do red first. He gets a 6. So he goes indoors. That sucks because then we don't get another test kit, right? Nobody died, though, so really nobody else panics except for the gray one. So we're going to roll a dice for the gray one. We get a 1, so he stays in the rec room. That's fine. We have upkeep phase. We certainly have something to do during upkeep. This guy will finally remove his frostbite token. And so will this guy. The red guy is already indoors. He's coming for us, dude. We have the flamethrower, and we can use it once per action phase to deal damage equal to half the killer's current health rounded down, or kill all minions in your space, yo. That's a lot of damage. I don't care if we get another orc mutated, but if we get 3, like you said, it might be GG's. So, what are we gonna do now? I think we're finally on upkeep, yeah? Nothing to do during upkeep, I don't think. So we're going into the action phase. Thoughts on just going in there and blowing this guy up? We are 1 space away. I mean, screw the ultimate ability, right? At this point, we can get this organism we could set him on fire. That's what we want. I feel safe with a guard. I feel tough. We are rolling 3 dice still. Somehow the horror did not change. We got to choose here. We had to choose between increasing the horror by 2 or increasing bloodlust. I am so glad we chose bloodlust. We could still roll 3 dice. We can walk into this space and just... All right, man, take it easy. Thanks for your... I just want to say thanks for your help with the rules. It's definitely made this go a lot smoother. I'm going to finish this game here, and then a couple days or so, I'll have it posted on YouTube. It'll be like a short 15, 20-minute video. Be sure to check it out. But thanks again for your help. So yeah, with a walk, I think we can just walk into that hallway space and just blow this guy up with the flamethrower. It only has 2 uses, but that's good for 2. We also have Furious Strike, so that's good for like half his health, and then we do a Furious Strike, and we end up doing like... We don't do extra damage with the flamethrower, unfortunately. We would have to get another weapon. We use this twice, then we discard it, we pick up another weapon. That's the move. So let's start with a walk. Half his health rounded down would be 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 health. So we would get rid of the Minor Dark and 1 health off of him. That's big. Furious Strike would then take him down to his last health token. Excuse me. Let's get this going. It takes far too long to stream a board game. So we're going to do a walk. We're starting out with a walk. We're rolling 3 dice. We get a double success on the walk. So, I don't know why I was thinking we walk in here and kill this guy. He's not even he's not even the organism. The black one is the organism. So when moving outside, so what we can do is move 1, 2, and then for the rest of our movement, we actually have to move panicked, right? That's the only way we can move during this crazy storm. So we have 5 time. We could... Let's do it. I would be so curious, though. With Heavy Storm, if all of our moves are panicked, are we only rolling 1 dice? Even if the horror's on 1, what kind of rule is that? Somebody help me here. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera. I just cannot see. It honestly doesn't really fit into the frame too well, so I think, unfortunately, we have to leave it like that. We lost our main man, Shmelock, dude. We're so cooked. We don't know if we're going to get these rules right, but all of our rolls when moving outside, or all of our movement outside is now panicked because we have the heavy storm. So what we're going to do is roll for a sprint. Okay, we're going to roll 3 dice. Okay, we get a double success, so we can move 3 spaces here. That's really important. But remember that this movement is panicked, so we have to spend a time, and we'll roll a dice to see which way we go. Now, we can spend time to re-roll. We end up getting a 5, so we have to spend a time to re-roll. We get a 2. Oh my god. We have to spend a time to re-roll. This is so bad. Another 2. We spend a time to re-roll. Finally, we get a 4. We have 1 time left. We bring the victim into that space with us. We don't bring the ski loader, though. I don't know why I moved that. If we can get 1 more space. We get a 4. We spend a time to re-roll. We get a 5. Dude, that is the worst event card ever. We sell we have to do focus, right? We can't sell cards during the action phase. Is that right? Quick rules check. If we go down to 0 time, the action phase ends. I never even noticed that little X there on the mat or the board or whatever. That's crazy. So what we have to do then, we have to pop a focus. 3 dice. A double success gives us 2 time back. And I would assume, can we still move? Like, is this such bullshit? We need a 1. We're not gonna get it. I think our last thing was to gain the 2 time. Yeah, we can't still move anyway on that sprint card. Once you play another card, I guess you're done. So, yeah, we end up... I mean, that just fucking straight up sucks. I'm not going to lie. We get 2 time. We reduce the horror by 1. Let's see. What do we have left? We have weak attack, fierce strike, short rest, and guard. There's nothing we can do. We're stuck outside with that guy because of the stupid heavy storm card. The event card that's from hell. How do we get rid of that card? Somebody help. Okay. I'm done freaking out. So we have planning phase. We have 2 time. I think we should sell weak attack and short rest for 2 time to go back up to 4. We pick up retaliate and our free cards. And then we return these cards to the tableau. All right. That's the end of the planning phase. We do killer phase. Now, we do have a killer action this time. This is going to be our first killer action with an active killer on the board. So this killer panics. First thing it says. What does the F mean? All right, he panics into the 5 space. So he goes this direction. Should he not have taken a damage from the frostbite? I would assume not. That's what killed him, right? So we're going to keep going. I'm going to try to speed this up. It's already been 2 hours? Dude, I'm never going to be able to get through this edit. Let's keep going. Let's try to get this over with. So what does the F mean? We're struggling a bit with the rules. Oh, that's the finale. So they don't do anything, they just panic? He just panicked. Okay. That's fine with me. I would have liked if he panicked into my space. We're going to flip a tarot card. Let's flip a tarot card. See what happens. All right. It's happy hour. If there are no victims in play, discard this card and draw another tarot card. Otherwise, panic all victims that are indoors, then move all victims from each hallway to the rec room. Okay. Panic all victims that are indoors. Let's start with this guy up here. So he's going to move to a 4, which puts him in this room. We'll stand up the ones that are done and then lay them back down. So we have 2 more to do in that room. Let's see. We got a 2. So 1's going to go over here. 3. He goes over there. Rec room guy. 4, so he goes in the hallway. Lab guy, number 2. He stays there because we rolled a 2. So he stays there. And that is all of our indoor victims except for these 2. So We get a 4 for this guy, so he is going to panic into this hallway, actually. And then a 1, so he is going to panic outdoors, which is bad news, bears. Because there is a frostbite on this. That's kind of nice because our first organism is going to take a little bit of damage. So then move all victims from each hallway to the rec room. So the only victim that's in a hallway are these two. That kind of sucks. Those exposed victims just keep getting put back into the rec room. Okay, moving on. We have frostbite token, so 2 victims die, unfortunately. Our organism takes a damage. Bloodlust goes up twice. Bloodlust goes up twice. So we have target a victim and attack. And then we have panic this killer. Okay, we're going to panic the killer now. We roll a 6. He moves into this space. Now he takes a damage because of the frostbite token. Okay. And then we have the helicopter. So we don't want to move the helicopter yet because nobody's on it. All right, we got upkeep phase. Now I believe these guys panic during upkeep at all times, right? So we're going to do gray first. He panics to a 5. So he's back out in the hallway. Then we're going to do red. He panics to a 5 as well. So they're both out in the hallway. And then this guy will gain a frostbite token, yeah? We will gain a frostbite token. And this guy will gain a frostbite token. Lots of tokens, lots of rules, lots of bullshit. Let's keep it going. We want to finish this up. So we have panic and upkeep are done, yeah? So then it's action phase. We're back to playing cards. We just got our frostbite token, so we don't take a damage yet. Now, the problem with walking right now is that we need to go 2 spaces, and we're only moving through panic. So I guess if we get, if we walk and we get a 5 or a 6, we go after the killer. If we get a 1, we go outside, we put him on the helicopter and get our ultimate out. So let's try it. We do a walk. We roll 3 dice here. Not good. Not good at all. We did get 1 convert. We could take a tier. We could take a tier and still move a space, but it's panicked. We have no other way to move. I think we have to try it. I just don't want to pitch any of these cards. Focus and guard. Because if we get our ultimate, then we're going to have guard at all times. So we get a single success. We can move 1 space. Maybe we should just take the damage to move the space, right? And spend 2 time. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a damage. 2 time. Wait, why was the time on 4? It should be on... Okay, it's on 4. And then... Yeah, so 2 time and a health to move 1 space, but it's panicked because of that stupid heavy storm. We get a 4. We don't even want to go that way. We get a 5. We get a 1! We get a 1! Thank God. We move out here. We put this guy on the helicopter. He loses his frostbite, I'm assuming. We move the helicopter. That was our 1 space. So we're kind of done with that. And we're kind of stuck outside and we're ticking for damage, bud. We could heal for 2 when we get short rest back, but I think we're going to hold that there. I really need the killer to move into my space. So we go into planning with 2 time. Let's take a sprint. Reset the time to 6. And then we have killer phase. So the killer's going to panic. He panics at a 3. So he's going to go in the commander's hut, and that's considered indoors. The reason that's bad is because during upkeep, he will lose that frostbite token. Okay, and then we have terror card. We can't stay here. All right. If there are no victims in play, discard this card and draw another terror card. Otherwise, panic all victims that are indoors, then panic all victims that are in the hallway. Is that not the same exact card that we just got? Happy Hour and We Can't Stay Here are 2 identical cards. So we're doing the same thing. Oh. Yeah, so we're going to panic all victims that are indoors. So that's only these guys. So we're going to start panicking these guys. A lot of panic going on in this. 1. This guy panics into the hallway. Then we panic all guys in the hallway. So just panic again. It's just a lot of panic. All right, this guy goes in here. This guy goes in here. We're moving down the board. 4. This guy goes in here. That's it. So we'll repanic the guy in the hallway, and he gets a 1. So then a 1 puts him actually out into here. Okay, and then we can flip these guys back over. And then we panic these 2 that are in the hallway, correct? So a 1 from the hallway puts them outside. And then we have one more guy to do. He gets a 2. So one of them panics in there. That's fine. Oh, God, that was a lot of stuff. So then we have target the closest victim, move, and attack. He doesn't... Well, I guess he needs to move. So he moves for 2. He moves 1. So he's back outside. That's actually really good. He didn't lose his frostbite token. But he does kill this victim. This goes up, and we have an event card. Please get rid of the heavy storm. So Bloodlust went up. Another victim died. We're going to flip another event here. There has been an accident in the lab. Pretty bad. Doesn't sound good. An explosion has occurred in the lab. Anyone in the lab immediately takes damage. Okay, that guy got out of the lab. So then it says... Place the whole token over the bottom of the lab, bottom wall of the lab. The lab is now adjacent to the outdoor space next to it. Okay, so the explosion in the lab makes this go here, correct? So this is actually kind of cool what they did here. So they give you this big hole token for a hole in the door. So the lab has exploded. So you just flip it accordingly. So that it matches up with the lines, and now we have an access, another door. Okay, and then we have Frostbite, so we take a damage. Killer takes a damage. He gains a Frostbite token. So we might get another free test kit here. I should put the Frostbite tokens on top so I remember that they have Frostbite. Sorry, this is a lot of stuff to remember. This is going to be a hell of an edit. Oh my God. Fumbling around with pieces and shit. Here we go. Then we can move the helicopter, which is very good news. We have a reason to pick up Fly Faster. Okay, so that was the end of the killer phase. We have Panic phase. So that is still a victim. It will panic because, even though it's exposed, it will panic in this direction because a victim died in that space. Right? Okay, and then that's it for panic phase. We have upkeep phase. What do we do during upkeep again? Okay, we can discard that because that event is done. Man, Heavy Storm just cooked us, dude. What are we doing with Heavy Storm? We can't do anything. We can try to move, but it's so hard to move. I think we focus. All we did was walk last turn, right? So I think we have a lot of cards in hand. We could do short rest. We can focus twice. Wait, is that even right, though? Yeah, I think all we did was walk. We have 9 cards. We got to play a lot of these cards. Let's do short rest first. All right, we end up getting a double success on the short rest, giving us 2 health back. That's going to help with some of the frostbite damage. Let's pop another focus. All right, we get a single success and a convert. We'll take the single success, or we really need that double success for the 2-time, don't we? We have to go 2 spaces. Let's pitch focus and weak attack for a double success on the focus, reducing the horror by 1 and giving us 1 time, and then 2 more times. So we actually go up to 9 time. If we can't move 2 spaces with 9 time, I'm flipping the table, I swear. Let's start with a sprint. All right, we get a success. That gives us 2 spaces for a time. But remember, all movement outside is panicked. We're just trying to get into this guy's space so we can hit him with the flamethrower and get this over with. We get a 1. That does not help us. We spend a time. We re-roll. We get a 5. That's actually good. We move 1 space. We don't have a test kit for that guy, so we have to roll. We have to panic roll again. And we're looking for a 5 to 6. We don't get it. We spend a time and roll again. We got the 5, so we move into the space with the killer. Now we just blast them with the flamethrower. I mean, I'm talking, just blow this guy apart. Let's set this shit on fire. Okay, this must be kept in your hands, and you may not have any items in your backpack. Maybe used once per action phase to deal damage equal to half the killer's current health, rounded down, or kill all minions in your space. Half your health rounded down, bro, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 damage. We take 1, 2, 3. Love to see it. Discard the minor dark. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that was 1 use of the flamethrower. Let's do flamethrower again and just crush this guy. This could be it. We could just win here. This is just automatic win. But we have 2 other exposed victims, right? What does it say about winning? To win, you must test exposed victims to find out which ones have been assimilated and destroy all mutated organisms. Not good, folks. Let's blow our flamethrower to kill this guy. So we're going to do 3 damage, okay? Wait, do I have to redo that? We're going to use our flamethrower again. So we have 1 more use of the flamethrower. So we discard the flamethrower. It's gone. We do half the killer's health rounded down. So this guy's got 3 health left. His total health is 5 plus 1 from the minor dark would have been 6. Half of 5 is It's technically 2 now. So we only do 2 damage, right? So we do 2 damage with that flamethrower, and then we're just going to do a Furious Strike here. We're rolling 3 dice. Come on, we need this. We get 2 converts and a tier. You got to be fucking kidding me, bro. 1 damage. Let's do it. Let's pitch these 2 cards to get a single success. It's guard and walk. That sucks. We do 1 damage. We're going to find out if we killed the first organism. We reduce horror by 1, which actually gives us a time back. So we're back up to 7. Sorry. All right, the ultimate reveal here. Did we kill the organism? We're about to flip this. This is intense. I hope this guy dies. Let's check it out. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. The guy gets 2 fucking health back? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude. All we have in hand is retaliate. We have to end our turn there. We took a single success, so we have to end our turn anyway. We go into planning phase with 7 time, which is actually pretty decent. Not sure how I have 7 time. I had 9, right? Because I got short rest, didn't cost time. We pitched 2 cards on a focus to gain 2 time. Sprint cost us a time, so we would have been up at... Reducing the focus got us up to 9, so then it would have been 8. Yeah, we would have 8. Oh, we spent some time to re-roll, so we're down to 7 time. That's still not bad. Let's see what we can do with 7 time. What do we think's going to happen here? I'm kind of thinking critical blow because he's got 3 health back. We could sell retaliate. No, we're going to get weak attack, aren't we? No, we're not going to get weak attack. We need something that does like a little bit of damage. If we got critical blow and fly faster, I think we're fine with that. That's our 7 time. We hold on to retaliate. We take walk. We return these cards to the tableau. So we have Furious Strike going back. A guard, a walk, a sprint, a focus, a weak attack and focus, and a short rest. Okay, and then in hand, we have critical blow, fly faster, walk. That's the end of the planning phase. We do killer phase. This killer panics. Let's panic this guy. He gets a 6, so he actually goes indoors. That sucks for us. God damn, that's the worst. Just the worst. This one's really hard, actually. He panics, then we flip a terror card. Let's see. We're almost out of terror cards, too. We have a finale coming up. They just left. All right. If there are no victims in play, discard this card and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, remove 1 normal victim from the game, choosing 1 in an outdoor space if able, then increase bloodlust. There are no normal victims on outdoor spaces, so we'll pick this guy. Actually, let's pick the guy that's way back there. So he's 2 spaces away. He's like too far. So let's kill him. Bloodlust goes up, which means he heals for 1. This is absolutely insane. This is murderous. Then we have target the closest victim and move. Can the exposed victims be targeted? They can't be targeted or killed by a mutated organism. That answers my question. Target the closest victim and move. So the closest victim, this guy moves for 3. And he's trying to get to the closest victim being 1, 2. So he's in that space now. Dude, we're so cooked. Then we have a frostbite. So he takes 1 damage back. That's pretty good. We take a damage. And then we have another test result for this guy. That's actually good news. Let's see if this guy's assimilated. We're finding out if we have another organism killer here. So this is big stuff. Let's flip another test results card for the gray meeple here. Oh, I hate to say it, but Uki, you are so cooked. Uki is cooked. She's dead. There's no chance she survives this. Okay, so order of operations. We did that. We did frostbite, right? So this is now an assimilated. This gets shuffled back in. I'm not going crazy with the shuffle this time. So this is now a mutated organism, and he keeps that frostbite token thanks to Shmilok. So we find out that it's going to be this killer. We have a second killer on the board. So let's look at the killer board. We flip this to figure out what we have. Okay, this is our next guy. He comes on the board. I'm not even sure what happened to... Oh, I put it over here. Okay, so this guy comes out. We have 2 active killers on the board. He gets 6 health. I mean, anyone who's played Final Girl knows that we're cooked here. So it is what it is. Just die with honor, Kate, or Uki, or whatever your name is. We may have to attempt this again sometime, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll choose a final health token. We'll mix these up. We'll just draw a random one. I mean, we've already got the 2 health one out of there. It's just such bad luck, man. Our luck has run out. Okay. Yeah, so this guy already flipped the double health. That sucks. I don't think those can be shuffled back in either, so that just wouldn't be fair. It's just already not fair. So, okay. Then we get helicopter space is the next thing on the tarot card. So we moved the helicopter 1 space. Finally some good news. We saved the final victim. We can move 1 space and we can reveal our ultimate ability. So what I'm thinking is we actually move indoors. Okay, so we save this victim, right? I'm not sure why the bloodlust token was there, but we save this victim. We get to move 1 space for free. I would like to move my final girl indoors. Uki. Get rid of that frostbite token during upkeep, and we can search for another item to potentially try to stay alive and kill both of these organisms. Let's see what happens here. We just revealed Uki's ultimate ability. So we're going to check down here on Uki. So we saved 4 victims. We reveal her ultimate ability, and we have once per turn, you may play a copy of the guard card as though it was in your hand, and for each additional victim saved, reduce the horror by 1. So that's actually pretty good for us. We just have a free guard card at all times. So we could still buy guard card. We could do guard twice. That's what I'm hearing. I swear if there's 1 killer left. If we get assimilated again, the table's getting flipped. Okay, so we have panic phase. A victim died. So this victim will panic. He's in a space with the killer. He panics at a 2, so he goes into the lab. Okay, that's it for panic phase. And then we have upkeep phase. So there's 1 more exposed victim. So he's going to panic at a 1. So he goes back into the hallway here. Okay, and now we have action phase. We really don't have any cards. I would like to kill We have to get indoors, basically. We didn't pick up search. Maybe we just spend our time on some cards this turn. I don't know what to do. We have a walk. Upkeep, we would have lost our frostbite, which is good news. So, the gray one. That's what these are for. Sorry. So we now have the gray. So we could walk out there and try to beat on him. It might just be better to try and test that victim or just draw him outside, right? I feel like we really need a weapon. Let's do a fly faster. We get a single success and a convert. We're not going to convert. We're just going to take the single success. We'll move the copter back to the air. Spend a time, so we're down to 5. Then we're going to do a walk. We get a single success. We can move 1 space. We're technically indoors, so we'll just go out there. We'll spend a time. And we're going to hold there, okay? So we end up with 4 time to spend. Let's get a search, a sprint. We have a retaliate and critical blow. Then we get our free cards back. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. We return these cards to the tableau. Tableau, baby. That's it for planning phase. We reset to 6. We do panic, or we do killer phase. All right, this is big. We go from left to right, yeah? So we target the final girl and attack. For gray, no finale yet, so nothing happens there because he's not in our space. And then the black guy, why do I keep saying the black guy? The black meeple panics, the black killer, 2. So if he panics at a 2, he goes here. Did we give him a frostbite damage? I'm pretty sure we did. And then, where was I? Yeah, that killer panics. Then we flip a terror card. So we have, it's not safe in here. All right, each victim that is adjacent to a hallway moves into the hallway. Panic 1 victim from each wrench space. All right, so each victim that is adjacent to a hallway panics into the hallway. So this guy will panic into the hallway. This guy will panic into the hallway. This guy will panic into the hallway. Then we have increase the horror by 2. That sucks. We lost a dice there. Then we have frostbite, which is really good news. They both take a damage, and we don't, but we gain a new frostbite token. And then we move the helicopter. So we can move the helicopter back, and it's back on the landing pad. This one's really fun. I mean, we're getting shit luck, but I'm having a blast here. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So we're down to rolling 2 dice. That was the killer phase, correct? We do panic phase, so we have that red meeple is going to panic. He panics at a 4, so he goes right back into that room. And then we have upkeep phase. So reveal finale. If no terror cards left, there's 1 left. And then we have rearrange items. All right, we have 9 cards here. We got to go focus. We're only rolling 2 now. We get a single success. We spend a time, and we're back up to 3 dice. Let's drop another focus. Whoops. All right, we get a single success and a convert. Let's pitch Actually, let's just take the single success. So we spend another time. And now we're going to do a walk. Okay, now we can convert, right? So we can move one space for a time. So we go back into the commander's hut. We do a search. Oh, we have to panic that direction, don't we? Okay, so we move in here instead. That's fine. We panicked at a 5, so we moved in there for one time. So we can't do our search then. So now we'll do a sprint. We don't have to move, right? All right, a single success, and then we have a. Let's just move 2 spaces. Is this guy in the lab? So 2 spaces, we go 1, 2, and we are in there with that guy, right? And then we could do a critical blow. We get a single success on the critical blow, which ends our turn, gives us a time, reduces the horror, which gave us a time, and then we do 2 damage. It only takes 2 damage to kill him. There goes the first organism. We beat him down. He's done. There's 1 left to go. All we got to do is test this last exposed victim and kill maybe 1 more organism, and we win the game. It sounds unreachable, but we might do it. Get him off the board. He's gone. Out of here. Oh, we didn't even do all this stuff when we revealed this, so we should probably do that now for the gray. Target closest victim move wouldn't matter. Reduce horror. Target closest victim and attack wouldn't matter. Gain a health. He can't gain health. He would flip an event though. So let's flip an event. Please just be an event that gets rid of. Alright, we have remove all the victims that are alone in a space from the board and place them 2 at a time in the following locations until none are left. Kitchen. Dude, what are they doing to me? Radio room. This guy is off the board, dude. He's dead. We get the black meeple out of here, bud. We killed 1 organism. For sure. For sure we killed an organism. He's cooked. Let's turn him over. Show that he's cooked. I guess that guy can get a health back since he has 6. That would be 5. And then... yeah, we did critical blow. We really can't do anything else. The finale's coming out soon, so I don't know what's going to happen. It's getting really intense. It's also turning into an extremely long stream. I apologize to absolutely no one. Okay. We have planning phase. What do we have? 5 time here to spend? If there are an odd number of victims, add 1 new victim before placing the final 2. So we have to add 1 to the radio room. Then we discard this card. Okay, that heavy storm has just been cooking us. I'm not really 100% sure what to do about the moving outside thing. The heavy storm just, we can't control where we move, basically. It's really hard. Best case scenario, I mean, this guy, we bring this guy in here, we test him, he's safe, and then we kill him. But other than that, I think Uki is just going downhill. We do have her ultimate unlocked, so we get a free guard each turn, but it's just not looking good for us. So that's it. We're on to planning phase with 5 time. What's going to help us here? It's really just going to be sprint for 2. That puts us on 3. I think distraction's important. We get 1 walk for free, and then we return these to the tableau. So critical blow goes back. Sprint goes back. We have walk, focus, weak attack, and short rest. That's almost all of them. Somehow we messed up. Or turn rotation or whatever. Let's get after it, though. Okay, killer phase. So we have this killer now. Target the final girl closest or closest victim and attack. Nobody in that gray meeple space, so we're going to flip the final terror card here. This really rushes the game when the terror cards run out. So we have, it senses we are vulnerable. If there is no mutated organism in play, panic each victim in or adjacent to a blah. To an orange space. Then we have target the final girl, closest victim, move and attack. All right, this guy moves for 2, okay? And we're going to do that twice now. So closest victim, 1, 2, 3, right? So 1, 2, hold on. 1, 2, right? 1, 2, and then we get attacked for 3. We're gonna, should we retaliate this or guard it? Let's guard the first one. We roll for a guard with 2 dice. We get a single success. What does guard do? Reduces it by 2. We take 1 damage. I'm fine with that. And then move and attack again. We should have... No, we didn't even make it to upkeep yet. So we're going to die from frostbite. All right, we're getting hit for 3 again. We get attacked for 3. We're going to retaliate this one. We play retaliate. Sorry. I don't know. I keep fucking up with the camera. We're going to retaliate this. We roll 2 dice on a retaliate. We did a guard. Okay, we get a convert. So we're going to probably pitch our search and walk to get a single success. Reduce it by 2 and do 1 damage back. So we take 1 damage again. We do a damage back to him. We're really on our last leg here. I don't know what to say. Panic phase. So that guy's going to panic because he always panics. And then he panics into the hallway. Whatever, dude. Upkeep phase. So we're going to lose our frostbite tokens, which is unfortunate. And we reveal the finale. So the finale is going to be target the final girl, move and attack. Okay, let's get... We only have 2 cards to play. Action phase, we're going to do a sprint. Or let's do distraction first. We have 2 dice to roll. We get a tier and a fucking... Let's take the tier. We got nothing. We can reduce the horror by 1 for 4 time. That seems like the play. We reduce the horror by 1 for 4 time. With no successes. And we take a tier. Then we spend the tier for a time. So we go back up to 3. And then we can do a sprint. And we're rolling 3 now. So this is better. We get a single success, which allows us to move 2 spaces. We don't want to go outside. We have to go 1, 2, and try to get back into that supply closet and pick up another weapon. I know the weapons have been so scuffed this game. We got 1 weapon. We got the fucking flamethrower, and we used it as soon as we could, and we killed 1 organism with it. That's it. We're out of cards. We have 3 time. That's it. That ends our action phase. That's so sad. We have planning phase with 3 time. I think we just take guard and close call. And once per action phase, we get a free guard. So we actually have 2 guards. So that was 3 time. We'll return these cards to the tableau real quick. I can't believe we pitched search. That's so stupid. Yeah, we're in deep shit here. Killer phase. So this is where we're going to get smoked. We have the gray meeple is the active killer right now. So he is going to move for 2. So he moves like this. 1, 2. And then he's going to attack us for 3, which we will guard. The free guard. And we get 2 converts. So what we're going to do is pitch two focuses for a single success, reducing the damage by 1 or by 2, sorry. So we lose 1 health. Actually, would it be better to just reduce it by 1, not pitch the focuses? We used our guard. We got no successes. We could actually take a tier for that, right? Since we didn't convert. And then we reduce it by 1 to a minimum of 1. We take 2 damage, right? Now, hear me out. We're down to our last health. So what we can do now is roll an extra dice, which is big. So that's the end of the killer phase. That was the finale. So we have panic phase. So this guy will panic for sure. He gets a 1, so he actually goes outside, which is great. Another free test. And then we have upkeep phase. Nothing really happens during upkeep. So it's time to just beat on this dude, right? Let's drop a focus. We're rolling 4 dice. Okay, we get a single success and a convert. We pitch close call and a focus to get a double success there. We gain 2 time, so we go up to 6, or sorry, 7. We reduce the horror by 1, so we're good. And then we can do a weak attack. Let's hit him. We get a double success, so we do a damage to the guy. Then we walk. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. We take a tier on that, actually. Then we spend both tiers to move a space. That costs us 2 time, though. We spend 2 tiers to move a space for free. And then we play short rests. With a double success, we get 2 health back. We lose a dice. Fine with it. Okay, now all we have in hand is guard. We're going into the planning phase with roughly 5 time. We take a search for 2, our free walk. We have 3 left. Can we sell the walk and get Furious Strike? Let's do it. We'll return these cards to the tableau. And that's it for planning. So we have killer phase. This is pretty bad. The killer is going to target the final girl, closest victim, move, and attack. So he's going to move right in here and attack us for 3. We have a free guard we can play. We're rolling 1 less dice now, so it's just 3. We get a triple convert. Should we just die here? I think we pitch Furious Strike and guard. I mean, that seriously sucks. To reduce the damage by 2? And then what? We're taking 1? I mean, we take no successes and we reduce it by 1, which we take 2 damage again, and then we're rolling an extra dice, I guess. I'm fine with that, I guess, again. I mean, it's like, just, we're on replay here. This is dumb as hell. So we did our free guard. And that's it for the killer phase. I mean, that's the finale. So we do panic phase, right? What about frostbite? Like, does this guy ever gonna get frostbite again? Yeah, I don't know. This game, this is a turtle situation. Well, we panic him again, right? He panics at a 4. So he goes in here, which is indoors. The indoor thing doesn't really matter. And then we have upkeep. Nothing to do during upkeep. Let's roll a search. We have to get a weapon. We have to fuck this guy up. Let's roll 4. We get a triple success on the search. Top 2 item cards at our space. What are we looking at here, folks? Another fucking flamethrower. You love to see it. We get the test kit 2. Test kit goes in the backpack. We have the choice between a 2-handed axe or the flamethrower with two things. I'm not making that mistake again. The guy would take 3 damage with the flamethrower, and then we don't know how much that last victim had, or that last thing has. So I think we take the axe here. Hear me out. Let's take the axe. It's going to boost our damage by 2. So we spend a time. We've got the axe. Check it out, fellas. We got a 2-handed axe. This is a big piece of equipment here. We're going to be cutting this dude up. Like, this is huge. 2-handed axe. We're swinging it. We're going to play Furious Strike. Furious Strike. Let's roll 4 dice. We get a single success and a convert. That's not good. We do 1, 2, 3 damage to the guy, which puts us on 5 dice, which is actually impressive. We reduce the horror by 1, gaining a time, back up to 6, and then end our turn. So we go into planning phase, holding on to a guard, having a free guard, and then 6 time to spend. What do we take? We take Retaliate and Sprint to get over there a little quicker. We know we're getting attacked and we can't take it. So we take Retaliate and Sprint. That's our 6. We reset to 6. Killer phase. So we're going to get attacked for 3 here. So let's do Retaliate right off the bat. We actually get these free cards back too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. All right, Furious Strike goes back. Search goes back. We're getting attacked for 3. We play Retaliate. We roll 5 dice. We're on our last health. Killer's on her last health. 5 dice is the most dice I've ever rolled in Final Girl. So let's roll it up. You've got to be fucking kidding me. We roll 5 dice. We don't get a single fucking success. We get fucking 3 tiers and 2 converts. What do we even do with that, dude? We can't do shit. We have to convert for a single success to do 3 back and kill this guy. So we have to pitch 2 cards on one of those stupid converts. Let's pitch 2 focuses to get a single success. Single success on a retaliate reduces the damage from the attack by 2. So we would still take 1 damage. I think we're just cooked. This is it. This is the end of the game. We find out if Uki dies now. We're going to flip her final health token. If she has health on there, she comes back to life. We do 3 damage back. He's dead. Because the order of operations on the card says reduce the damage by 2. So that means we take 1 damage. Can we take 1 damage? Let's find out. Is Uki gonna survive? Drum roll, please. Nope. Uki's cooked. Uki is fucking cooked. There you have it, folks. Oganism got her. Add another girl to the final girl dead list. You hate to see it. Damn, this one was tough, man. The metaphysician. Thanks for the follow. Man, we hate to see that. That sucks. Uki's gone. We're just dead there. There's nothing we can do about it either. If you're just tuning in, what just happened was we played a retaliate on an attack for 3. We rolled 5 fucking dice. Okay? Now look at this horror roll result. We got 3 fucking tears. We had to convert, and 2 successes. We had to convert into a success. And when you get 1 success, you reduce the damage from the attack by 2. We only had 1 health left, so reducing 3 damage by 2 is 1 damage. So we checked to see if we can take 1 damage, and we absolutely cannot. So we're just dead. Killer was on his last health too. We ended up revealing. We're playing the Oganism at station 2891. Sorry, I keep flipping to the wrong screen here, but we have the Oganism. So far, the biggest mistake I made during this game was not testing the exposed victims. I didn't test a single victim. I just waited for them to go outside and die, pretty much, for the free test. And that cost me way too much time. We used a flamethrower to kill the first one we had, the first Oganism, the first killer here. We ended up he actually came back to life, got the 2 health token. So we can put that over here to show. Wait, what is that? That's a red meeple. Anyways, this dude came back to life with 2 extra health, so we had to kill him again. Then we just got this guy down to his last health. He didn't fucking die either. We couldn't do retaliate. This was just cooked. We're adding another final girl to the dead list, so we can never play Uki again. It's just, it sucks. We're gonna rip this card in half, actually. So, sorry. No, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that is the way we're playing. We're playing Final Girl Hardcore. So basically, we're just doing like a series playthrough of all of the feature films, the way that they were in the release order or whatever. So you can actually do !dead and !survivors to see who's still available. And you can watch all the previous videos on YouTube to catch up. So yeah, we have, if we type like this, !dead. So far, we have Charlie. She died at Geppetto in the Carnival of Blood. And then we have Ava, who died at the Intruders of Wingard Cottage. May they rest in cinematic peace. It's funny. And now we're going to be adding Uki to the list. She had 6 health. I could have sworn we would have been fine, but we were not fine. Even with her ultimate ability, she has, once per turn, you may play a copy of the guard card as though it was in your hand. It just wasn't enough. I mean, we rolled 5 dice. That's just bad luck. Look at this horror roll result. Nothing you can do. I mean, did I have a close call? One close call there would have saved my life. The Metaphysician. Do you play Final Girl? Have you ever played Final Girl? We can also do exclamation survivors to see who made it. Obviously, the list is much longer for who made it, but we could do Discord. You can join the Discord community. Check out, when we're going to be streaming and whatnot like that stuff. All the other games we play. I should have one for YouTube as well. You can watch all the previous ones. All these long 3-hour streams get cut down to like 15, 20-minute videos that are watchable. I guess I don't have a YouTube command. Should probably put that in. But we will be adding Ava to the list here. Or what's her name? Uki. How do you say her name? Is it Uki? Is it Yuki? I'm going to call her Dookie. Okay, so we're updating the dead final girls. You hate to see it. You really do. And this was the Oganism at station 2891. Okay, let's try that. And let's add one for the YouTube so we can. So you can follow the series on YouTube. That way we have that command for that. Sorry, I'm just setting a couple things up here. This is pretty much the end of the stream. I know you just came in meta. Missed a legendary showdown. We fought like hell. Definitely the mistake. My biggest mistake was easily we didn't test a single exposed victim. When you pick up the flamethrower, you can't take a test kit. That's kind of bullshit. You can't have any items in your backpack, but it does 6 damage. I don't think it's a great starting weapon, and we took it right away. So, not good. Okay, hopefully we fix that. Let's try it now before we get off here. This is going to be it for today, I think, folks. So we have dead. Should see Uki in here. Uki, the organism at station 2891. There she is. She's cooked. She's gone. It's over. That sucks. Don't forget to you can follow the full series. This will be edited within a few days and put on YouTube. It'll be much shorter. It goes from like 3 hours down to like 15 minutes if you want to check it out. But We have every series or every episode. So this is episode 9. We have all the episodes up to 9 on YouTube if you want to watch the shorter versions. But thanks to especially Shmelock for helping with the rules and such early on in the game. It would have been much longer without you. So, and Meta, thanks for the follow. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.